when they go off. We are once again racing here at Central Indonesia, and they are off. The 600cc SuperSports. Like I say, looks like Ahmad Yujitra is in front. Dimas Eki is right there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the guy in front?
Yeah, but we saw how Yuki Ito trying to make. Whoa, there's a crash behind 2 or 3. The bike was down, but coming back in front. That is Astra Honda. Yes, indeed, it's number 43, the Fadli Manudin. And right behind Fadli is Dimas Eki Pratama. Is one thing for sure. Yudhishthira, he's been swallowed in the middle of the group.
We shall not leave him out of the equation because he's definitely going to make a comeback. But right now, up front, these two riders.
Oh, another crash.
Medic have been deployed.
600cc. Well, back in front, we do have the two Astra Honda racing team leading the race right now. That is number 43 and number 20, Dimas Eki Pratama and Fadli Imanuddin. And we just have to wait until they reach the start finishing line to know officially just the racing or the race order then after lap 1.
But these two riders are up front right now with Dimas Eki there trying to catch up and close the gap. But these two riders are peeling themselves away and creating a gap between themselves and the rest of the pack. As you can see, as they cross the start-finish line. Fadli Imanuddin, Dimas Eki, we got Ratapong Wilarot from Thailand, Ahmad Yujitra by number 33 coming in 4th. Once again in the first corner, defending their position, both Fadli Imanuddin and Dimas Eki right in front. Yujitra is trying to get the 3rd spot from him, from Ratapong Wilarot from Thailand.
Yes, and Fadli and Dimas Eki now, they have to work with one another to ensure that Ratapong Wilarot will stay there behind. And also, I think more dangerously is that Yudhishthira is just right behind Ratapong Wilarot. And Yuki Takahashi, Noriki Hada, Rapid Topan is also in the front group.
He is definitely creeping up. But surely when is a question when he will make that move. Looks like he has done it.
Whoa!
Oh, but Yudhishthira has crashed out.
That is Yudhishthira.
He is out.
Yudhishthira. Bike number 33. I don't think he can continue the race while lucky for him.
How unfortunate. Race winner from race 1 is out of race 2.
He looks okay. It looks okay now. He's not in the race. So it's up to Fadli and Dimas Eki Pratama once again. Was he trying to get from inside of
I guess
Dimas
he just
Eki.
took a very wrong racing line and late on the braking, too hard on the braking, Harmi. And you can't salvage anything from the bike. Wishful thinking if he wants to continue with the race. But putting all that action aside, back to the front runners. We've got both team Fadli Imanuddin and Dimas Eki. No changes. Ratapong Wilarot moving, and Yuki Takahashi is now in P4.
Wow, and it is now 14 laps to go. Still very close to each other, Fadli and Dimas Eki, and also Ratapong Wilarot. And that's a little bit of gap between Ratapong and Yuki Takahashi, followed by Noriki Haga and Rapid Topan Suchipto with Tomoyoshi Koyama. Yuki Ito in 8th place, Jackie Sangswat 9, Farid Banu Hisham in 10 for the Bike Art Racing team.
You seem surprised to see Farid Banu Hisham in 10th position, Harbi?
Yes, indeed. Like I said before, a lot of improvement shown by the Bike Art Racing team this year because as you can see, Farid is now currently 10th. And there you go, that's Farid with the green livery in that group.
Fadli Imanuddin leads the race with his fellow compatriot countryman, also teammate Dimas Eki in P2. Right behind them is Ratapong Wilarot from Thailand.
Glad to see the different
time difference.
The gap between these three. I think it's a left and a second, and the two Suzuki's now making their move. Is Rapid Topan Suchipto, number 41, with his teammate number 25. Number 25, Takayama Indonesia with Noriyuki Haga, bike number 41. So that's another famous run in Indonesia in racing, Rapid Topan Suchipto.
No changes whatsoever in track position with Fadli Imanuddin and Dimas Eki still leading the race. Follow close, not too close. There is a gap, I must say, there is a gap between those two front runners with Ratapong from Thailand.
A little bit wobbling by Rapid Topan Skipto, but still maintain the speed now from the inside. Wilarot is trying to get past from the inside of Dimas Eki Pratama, and I think he
Did he manage to do that? Did he manage to take?
So, to be in front of Dimas Eki. And then here we go. It's number 72, 25. 25 is Rapid Topan Sucipto. Yes, it's now we have Wilarot in between of M. Fadli and Dimas Eki Pratama.
Back to the front of the strip.
That's the real battle in front there, because we have still M. Fadli protecting his lead from Ratapong Wilarot.
But Dimas Eki have lost that track position from Ratapong Wilarot right now, who's chasing after race leader Fadli Imanuddin. If he wants that top spot on the podium to separate these two riders who belong to the same team, teammates. But looks like Dimas Eki is not going to let it go that easy. He's still going to put some pressure on.
Nice slide there by Rapid Topan Sucipto. Well, he's gaining for sure. Rapid Topan is decreasing the gap between him and Yuki Takahashi in fourth place. It's good to see Rapid Topan back racing here in ARRC in the 600cc. Well, we saw in AP 250 when the AP Honda Thailand, the two riders in front working together very well to protect their lead. But this is now between Empali and Dimas Eki Pratama. They have to work together to ensure that they win the race in front of Ratapong Wilarot.
If that's going to be the story, Harmy, only time will tell with 12 laps to go.
And then that's
Rapid Topan.
Rapid Topan. Yes, Rapid Topan is trying to make his move right now, but he's still way behind Yuki Takahashi.
He is slaying one rider at a time and making his way with, we've got 12 laps, a long way to go. Not anywhere near halfway point.
Yeah, but he has his own problem. I think Jackie Swangswat just right behind Rapid Topan Sucipto. Now there is a battle for P5. And back in front, still M. Fadli, followed by Wilarot and Dimas Eki Pratama. And this is Noriyuki Haga. Haga, teammate of Rapid Topan, is chasing Jackie Songswat from Thailand.
So we've got two team riders who are battling it out to take one guy out, the other team, but in front, another sandwich action going on there. Fadli Imanuddin, Ratapong Wilarot and Dimas Eki. These three riders are up front. These are some action at the back.
That's
from Australian rider.
Hisham is currently 9th in the race. There you go.
No changes from top 6 rider by looking at.
Rider of Farid Badru Hisham, there is Makoto Inagaki. But back in front we have
Rapid Topan still here.
Yeah, Rapid Topan, and this is Haga. Haga and also Koyama. They're all battling for P8. Back number 25.
Rapid Topan is definitely a man to look out for, but teammate Noriyuki Haga is right behind him, trying to take that position away from Jakrit from Thailand in bike number 91.
Even though he's 40 years old, but he has 43 wins in the World Superbike Championship. With that kind of experience, well, I'm not surprised that he can do something about it, about this race right now.
Unbelievable. 40 years of age, and he's still on track alongside these 20-year-olds. Up front, like Dimas Eki and also Fadli Imanuddin.
Well, age is not a factor, I believe.
Definitely not when it comes to this case. But action still in the front of the pack with Fadli Imanuddin from Indonesia in front, followed by Ratapong from Thailand and Dimas Eki from Indonesia. Maybe this could be the race we're waiting for, to put an Indonesian rider on the top step of the podium.
Perhaps we will see that happen. Rapid Topan is out of the race. Wonder, we heard some roar out there, wondering what happened with the track commentator screaming. Oh dear, Rapid Topan is out of the race. So Rapid Topan is out of the race, and now back to Fadli Imanuddin, Ratapong Wilarot and Dimas Eki Pratama.
So Yuki Takahashi from Japan has managed to gain that position with the retirement of Rapid Topan. How sad. Ratapong Wilarot trying to defend his position.
Still maintaining his place in front, but for how long? Because Wilarot is right behind his rear tire right now. So 3 riders now, they are less than a second between them. Fadli, Ratapong and Dimas Eki Pratama.
I would like to see a replay of what happened to Rapid Topan, who was actually putting up good fight, catching up
Yeah,
to
catching
the
up with
front of the pack.
Yuki Takahashi. Yeah, but he's out of the race now. And Yuki Takahashi in fourth place. But this is the real battle happening in front. The two Indonesian, two Astra Honda racing together with a Thai rider in Ratapong Wilarot. That's happening now on the track here, race 2 for SuperSports 600cc. We still have 10 laps to go. Still a long way to go for Afali Manudin to ensure his win here in race 2 after losing up to Yudhishthira in race 1, and there's no Yudhishthira.
He is out. He is out. He decided to take himself out with an own mistake which he made. But going back to this home stretch, corner 1, right-hander going in there. Fadli Imanuddin, Ratapong Wilarot right behind him, and Dimas Eki is covering him in case of a mistake which the Thai rider could possibly make to come in to take that second spot.
Wilarot just right behind
Harmy, this is it. Can he do it? Not this time around. Not this time around.
Not enough speed for Wilarot to ensure that he can get past slide from the inside of Anfali Imanuddin, who's looking behind to see where is Ratapong Wilarot. Wow.
He is not attempting anything this time around, giving himself some space before he attempts another move to steal. But looking at Dimas Eki alongside, right side by side right now with Ratapong Wilarot. Last minute on the braking. One long right-hander as they make it to the left. Still no changes, but Dimas Eki is catching up with Ratapong to actually steal a position to get back the 1-2 for his team alongside teammate Fadli Imanuddin. So, current standings on the track. We have got Fadli Imanuddin, Ratapong Wilarot, Dimas Eki, and this man, Yuki Takahashi, in P4.
Yeah, so without Zamri Baba, now all hope for the Musashi Ponshu Honda Racing lies on the shoulder of Yuki Takahashi, who won the race in Malaysia. One race in Malaysia. He won a race in Malaysia, and another race won by Zamri Baba. Yes. So he's looking for his second win of the season for Yuki Takahashi, and he's he's closing the gap between him and the three riders in front with 8 laps to go.
Well, Yuki Takahashi is having his own race, trying it difficult to actually catch up with the front runners at this point. But Fadli Imanuddin, if no one puts a stop to his reign right now, he is going to go on to win this race.
Yeah, the fastest lap is by Dimas Eki Pratama Astra Honda Racing Team, 1 minute 30.560 seconds in lap 7. But just look at Yuki Takahashi. Now he is right behind Dimas Eki right now. So the gap is decreasing. And I believe Yuki Takahashi also almost at the same speed as Dimas Eki. And because there was a gap between him and the group in front, and the gap now, it seems that it looks like now we have 4 riders in group number 1. Or it is because Amfali is now breaking away from the group.
Breaking away, that's an understatement. He is just deciding to say, bye-bye guys, I'm off on my own. You guys go battle it out for P2 and P3. But Yuki Takahashi is managing to reduce his gap with the other riders ahead of him, Ratapong Wilarot and Dimas Eki.
Okay, we saw before this how Ratapong very close behind Fadli Imanuddin, and now it seems that as a gap 0.9 second between him between Fadli and also Wilarot. Well, that's not good for Wilarot. But of course, it's good for Fadli Imanuddin and also the Indonesian fan cheering for Fadli Imanuddin right now. And all of them are using medium compound for their tires, so they are almost at the same strategy and almost at the same level. So it is up to the riders right now, and it's still Fadli Imanuddin leading the race with. How long that we see how Ratapong Wilarot can stand or can maintain his place in second place, because Dimas Eki is just right behind him with Yuki Takahashi.
But looking at the time difference, just a couple of seconds, 0.3 of a second separates Dimas Eki and Ratapong Welarot, and 0.3 of a second from Ratapong to Fadli Imanuddin. So, will they be able to close this gap among themselves towards the end of the race with 7 laps to go? SuperSports 600cc. What an interesting race it was. Race 1 didn't quite take place. We had to restart with a mishap, an incident taking place. But having said that, Dimas Eki is back on track. He was directly involved in that incident in race 1, but right now he is racing. He is racing with all his heart to try to take out Ratapong Welarot from Thailand and get a 1-2 finish for his team.
Well, 6 laps to go right now, so 10 laps down, 6 laps to go. The rubber factor, the tire factor also will play some part. They have to take care of the tires because now the grip, they're starting to lose the grip.
Absolutely right.
That will be, this is the
tire wear is an important factor.
Dangerous part of the race. So if they still push the bike, and that can and prove very costly for them.
Yuki Takahashi, bike number 72, creeping up slowly to Dimas Eki. But there's only 0.3 of a second to separate rider from lap to lap, which means Fadli Imanuddin is actually increasing his gap from his closest rival, Ratapong Welarot from Thailand. Every lap as it takes. Look at it, Harmi.
Yes, absolutely flying. Fadli Imanuddin in front. There's no one to catch him right now because the gap, I believe, more than a second between him and Ratapong Welarot. This is Chris Wangsuat in 5th place for the 80 Honda racing team from Thailand. As we look at again, and I think the real battle is between these for P2 between Welarot, Dimas Eki, and Yuki Takahashi, because that's the gap between the 3 riders, less than a second between them. As for Fadli Imanuddin, well, he has a healthy lead right now.
Well, Fadli Imanuddin has got his eyes set on the top step of the podium, pretty much focused on his race strategy and his racing line, not making any mistakes and not trying to compromise his track position. But the action is right now for that second spot of the podium and also third. No changes in the last 5 laps at least, with that retirement of Ahmad Yuchidra, who actually crashed himself out. But Fadli Imanuddin still riding up in front. Ratapong Welarot, Dimas Eki, and Yuki Takahashi. This is what I want to see. I want to see these 3 riders behind Imanuddin.
Well, they have the battle themselves, and that give away for Fadli Imanuddin to go in front because of the battle that they have. And I believe for Ratapong right now, he's not only worried of chasing Fadli Imanuddin, he's worried about Dimas Eki lurking behind him, and also Yuki Takahashi. There is Haga alone there because Rapid Company is out of the race. So 7th place for Noriyuki Haga for Team Gagayama Suzuki Asia.
As they go past the start finish line once again, Muhammad Fadli Imanuddin and Ratapong, he has actually managed to pull himself. The gap has actually increased to almost 2 seconds, Harmi.
Oh, that is quite far with 4 laps to go. That is considered as a healthy gap, healthy lead for Fadli Imanuddin.
Maybe I did my math wrongly. Maybe 1 second, Harry, not 2 seconds. 1 second possible. But that is actually quite a distance. It pulled away from a 0.3 of a second to 1 second lead distance ahead of Ratapong Welarot from Thailand.
Muhammad Farid Badrul Hisham for the Bike Art Racing Kawasaki down to 10. He was 8 at one time, but in front of him the 2 Akido Speed Racing rider Makoto Inagaki and Mark Atkinson. He's in prime right now, and he has a problem of his own because Suhatai jumps up behind him, and also Dwi Satria from Indonesia. Oh, I saw that Ratapong now in front of Dimas Eki, still in front of Dimas Eki, but I thought I saw Dimas Eki's name on top of Ratapong. I was wrong.
I know,
was wrong.
With only 4 laps remaining, you are seeing things on the screen, my dear friends. Right you are definitely seeing things, but Fadli Imanuddin is on a race of his own, heading straight towards the checkered flag with no compromise. The other riders, Ratapong Welarot, Dimas Eki, Yuki Takahashi, these 2 guys are still battling it out as they go past the start-finish line once again.
I was not that far, my guess, because as we can see, Dimas Eki just right behind Ratapong Wilarot and ready to make his move right now to get past Ratapong Wilarot. There you go. We saw behind Empali, there's the battle between Ratapong Wilarot and Dimas Eki. Yeah, and Dimas Eki tried in the previous corner
He's still
to get
caught up.
past from the inside of Ratapong Wilarot.
He's still pretty much caught up in the slipstream of Ratapong. If he's going to do it, we need the directors to actually zoom out the camera so we can actually catch the glimpse of that action for P2, because Imanuddin is pretty much on a race of his own. For the look at it, Harmi right back there. He is sneaking up. Sneaking up indeed. He can feel the fume,
Yeah,
breathe
there's
in
a
the
1.2
fumes.
second between him and Ratapong. But look at Ratapong and Dimas Eki Pratama. Not that far between these two riders. And we saw how Dimas Eki just now tried to get from the inside of Ratapong Wilarot.
He can probably taste the rubber and taste the fumes of Ratapong's exhaust, my dear friend. But Yuki Takahashi as well. He's not giving up so easy, but he's there.
We can see the gap now between Dimas Eki and also Yuki Takahashi. And you see the time set clock by Dimas Eki faster in the previous 2 laps than Ratapong Wilarot. He needs to get past Ratapong now because 3 laps to go in this race. Not much time left for Dimas Eki Pratama.
We enter the crucial stages of race 2 of SuperSports 600cc with Fadli Imanuddin leading the race, with Ratapong Wilarot from Thailand coming in second and Dimas Eki in P3. Still battling it out. These two men at the back. That's Dimas Eki and Ratapong, as we can see, trying to catch a slipstream. And is he going to be able?
Oh, no, because Ratapong
has closed that window, closed that space for him.
Wilarot managed to close the door every time in the corner. And to protect his second place from Dimas Eki Pratama. And still, we have 2 laps to go. This is the penultimate lap of the race. As the video sliding, we have a back marker in front. That will be...
this is added more drama, more spice to the last 2 laps of the race, Army. Back markers involved with Fadli Imanuddin now. Ratapong and Dimas Eki. Can a back marker actually upset the track position of these 2 riders?
No, because we saw that the 3 of them passed the back marker safely. 2 laps to go, less than 2 laps to go. Dimas need to make his move right now to be in front of Ratapong Wilarot. If not, he has to settle third in the race.
I guess settling for third is not in his books at this moment, Harmy. He is just waiting to go up front and find that right moment to take that second spot away from Ratapong.
We can see that the time set by Dimas Eki in the last 3 laps even faster than Ratapong Wilarot, but it's still behind Ratapong Wilarot. Well,
just not enough to actually cut that second spot away from Ratapong.
That might be Ratapong is saying that you can go as fast as you can, my friend, but you're still behind me.
As we enter the last lap, no much drama on track, but the drama is definitely for that second spot between these 2 riders. Is he giving up already, Dimas Eki? Is he giving easy on the throttle?
I don't think so. This is his home circuit. He would love to be in front of Ratapong Wilarot. He would love to be on the side, on the right side of and finally on the podium. He will try to make his move any moment right now. This is the last lap of the race. Dimas Eki now closing down behind Wilarot. He try to make his move.
Is he going to be able to make the move right now? Unfortunately, it looks like nope. This is not the time, and this will never be the time, says Ratapong for you, my dear friend. You just sit behind me. Oh, what a mistake! He has gone wide. Ratapong Wilarot has gone wide, making way for Dimas Eki. It looks like it's going to be a 1-2 Indonesian finish as they're about to go past the finish line. Harvey, this is absolutely adrenaline pumping as we reach the one last bend as the riders make their way to the checkered flag. Fadli Imanuddin, but Ratapong Wilarot and Dimas Eki. He must be very disappointed. How unfortunate for the Thai rider. Has he given up already so soon? Well done. Trophy is right now being presented by Vincent Jamaidu, Promoter Director of Asia Pacific, Ministry of Tourism, Indonesia. Handing out the plaques, the trophies to rider, and standing in. We have a representative from who just accepted the trophy for Fadli Imanuddin. Cheers of joy is definitely not present on the podium at this point. And the helmets are presented by Dr. Engineer Noor Mahmoodi Ismail, MSc, Mayor of Depok City. Well, the only way to find out, Harmi, after this is if we do have a post-race interview.
Oh, the team award. They're supposed to have a team manager up there to receive the team award for the Astra Honda racing team. And there you go. Given away by the VIP. I don't know what to say. Still lost for words.
I'm just
for
lost
what
for words.
happened to Ampali Manudin and Jackie Sangsuat and after the checkered flag.
Right here from our commentary box, we can actually look at all the chaos which is happening in race control and to find out what's going on. As we can see from the outside our doors, the back straight off the pits as well. There's definitely not much celebration. These are just formalities for the sake of accepting a trophy on behalf of Fadli Imanuddin. Definitely our hearts do go out to the team and also himself, and not leaving out Jakrit from Thailand, who never saw Fadli Imanuddin celebrating after claiming the checkered flag.
Of SuperSports 650 ARRC, Ampali Manudin leading the board right now with 63 points, to Yuki Takahashi second, 52 points, Zamri down to third with 45 points. As we know, Zamri did not complete any race today. Wilarot in fourth place, 45, together with Yudis also with 45 points. Three riders with 45 points. Dimas Eki 6 with 44, Koyama 41. So it's pretty much still close the points between the riders from first to 10, with Yuki Ito down to 10 with 26 points.
We're just 2 rounds and 4 more to go, Harmi.
4 more to go.
So it's still early in this race to actually determine who will emerge as the champion for this class of the SuperSports 600cc.
And one race in Suzuka, 2 races in Thailand, and 1 race in Doha, Qatar.